Okay, welcome to our podcast. My name is Yong Cheng Sheng, and my high school friend, who is Jing Yu, and he comes from Shannon University, Malaysia. Now we are going to give an exposure to some of the contemporary issue in Malaysia, mostly legal, social, and political issues, which is Sam Ke Ting Bicycle Raja case. So, Jing Yu, can you describe the case?
Sure. Uh, it happened on February 18, 2017. Sam Ke Ting hit a group of more than 20 teenagers on bicycle while driving at around 3:20 a.m. The unfortunate incident occurred near Jalan Lingkaran Dalam, which killed 8 teenagers and injured eight, eight the others. She is currently charged with the one count of reckless and dangerous or the dangerous driving causing death and face 6 years in prison and a fine of 6,000 ringgit. Is about $1,934. If she doesn't pay the fine, she will be jailed for another 6 months. After the ruling was announced, two petitions for the release of Sam Ke Ting appears on the petition website, which is the website of named change.org. One of them mentioned that in 2019, the tragic magistrates court found that Sam Ke Ting did not drink, did not use mobile phone when driving, and had fastened her seatbelt when the incident occurred. Yeah, there is the responsibility for every driver driving safely. However, the
Yes.
section of the incident was very dark. The road was bumpy and tortuous, and she could not predict that there will be a bicycle group at 3 a.m. in the middle route, and the accident was caused. The two joint signatures were released in less than a day, and 215,000 signatures have been accumulated at the time. Is in the short time, is within 1 day. And now, Yong, why this case happened? Provide
Yeah.
some reason.
So for I think for the reason the first reason is which is bicycle Raja. So this is a modified bike. In this case, the bicycle handlebars are adjusted lower than the seat. So cyclists will not carry helmets. There will be no safety equipment such as belts or right lights on the bike. So and the brake will be removed. So riders typically lie flat on the bike seat, so gripping the handlebars with both hands. So using their weight to propel them forward. So causing the rider to zigzag in the length of the road. So these are very dangerous activity. So yeah, this I think is the first reason. Yes.
Oh, this is only for the modified bicycle for the accident reason. And how about the another reason for like parents or others?
Yes, I think is the second reason is about the irresponsibility of parents. So parents of teenagers are negligent in discipline and have certain responsibilities. So the family in the environment where I grew up with some contrast. I should sleep at home at this time. Should not be outside to lepak. So if you go outside, will be killed by. So if I go outside lah, so we will killed by my parents. So kill that's mean punishment lah. Okay, so that's not the real kill. Okay.
Same as my parent. My parent
Yes.
also made some concern. I cannot go outside before after 10 p.m. If I
So
go
I
outside, it will drag me back and punish me.
so I didn't understand why they can go outside. Yeah.
So yeah, I also don't know. So yeah, when my parent ride the bicycle, it will put on the light beside the bicycle. It will bring, and it also will put on the reflective cloth. So when the car light from the far away
We
distance,
can
it
see
can see the reflected light at the first time. So it can avoid
and
some tragic accident because the car can slow down from far away, and you can because it can see some object at the time at the road lah. Hey Yong, how about this case affect our road use environment?
at present, each court should return to reality and reverse this social problem so as to avoid another tragic tragedy in the future. In particular, the government and relevant law enforcement agencies should examine public opinion from the center of this incident and re-examine similar traffic safety disputes. In fact, it is not only the bicycle raja that pose a psychological burden to other drivers. So some netizens also point out that the road flow so the hooligan issues several wrongdoing of the illegal selling motorcycle on the road. So the road netizen dissatisfaction with the traffic problem reflects the drivers unease on the road because many emergencies that are beyond the control of their own ability will occur. It is right to go bankrupt and eliminate disaster, but to face the disaster of the prison, whether it's a step type bicycle or motorcycle, all this make driver disgusted and fearful that their wrongdoing will not only be tiring but also a waste of government funds if an accident occurs.
So I know your point. So I made a small conclusion, a small conclude on this point lah.
Yes,
So therefore, whether it's to rectify bad practices or reduce problems, the government must review and recognize the root cause of the problems. The key includes exploring whether legal penalties are not binding enough, law enforcement action are not effective, social education is not fully implemented, social problems are like cancer if the right medicine is given in time. If you continue to spread,
yes,
which will have a negative impact on the moral right and wrong will of the youth group and will not help the country's construction. If social problems are not corrected, the ultimate price will be severe and affect public order. And the problem of concurrent use or crime will aggravate social problems. Disturbed, this young generation has shown morality and ethics, which has led to citizens' desire to go home and plan it, which in turn hindered the progress of the country. Make road use very afraid of using the road.
yes. So how about perspective come from different race?
Because I'm Chinese, so I say Chinese first. The perspective of Sankati in Chinese community are more focused on behavior education, route planning, and discussion on banning mosquito type bicycles, means Rajat bicycle, while most of the discussion focus on the attribution of criminal responsibility, as well as sympathy for Sankati and parental guardianship responsibility of the decrease. And another view perspective from the Malay society is more concerned with the social problems faced by teenagers and their belief that the Sankertin case has created more tension in the society and agree to strengthen action to ban the mosquito types, bicycle and education. So there are different views from Malay and Chinese. So we must get a solution. And how about the solution for this case to avoid this case, this tragic accident happen again to avoid them? Give some solution.
So I think the solutions, the government should increase the level of punishment to maintain the safety of road use. So straight lights on the road should be added to ensure that the driver can make an emergency avoidance at the first time when she can see a further danger of view. So in addition, the government should clearly stipulate what bicycles are illegal and if caught must be severely fined.
Okay.
Yes.
And how
So
about the parent punishment? Because I thought that the children in this age can make a proper decision on what he need to do, what he should not to do time, uh, in this time lah. And parent needs to teach them well in this time because children can make a proper decision. If their children get caught, the parent also need to bear the relatives responsibility. How about the punishment for the parents?
I think the parents or who illegally modify bicycle must be dealt with, such as 3 day in jail or fine of 2,000 ringgit or both. Yes, this is it can be to avoid the about the case lah. So yeah, if you punishment the parents, so the parents can
Maybe like
give
scare
the
no money to
scare.
pay the fine
Oh, no money. Yeah.
or can avoid the jail yeah.
Yes, yes. And also avoid the case to yeah to avoid
Can
the
decrease this case
decrease the case. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
The parent maybe can take care of their children at the time. It will not get out again it
And
will not
and
play the bicycle modify the bicycle like no
so
brake no
yes,
yeah.
no break. Yeah, this is a very dangerous activities. Yes.
So in my opinion, I think it's a simple case of road use safely. In the case that the driver does not have any illegal driving, there should be no serious punishment for Sam Ke Ting. It is enough to ask her to revoke her license. There is no need to give a too serious punishment,
Yes.
even if the driver is Malay, the cyclist is Chinese. So
So based on the Edge Markets report, Pfizer also spoke at a press conference on behalf of Sam. She said this case is not racial but a public interest matter with two equally important issues, namely the value of life, which collides with the freedom of an individual before being found guilty. Pfizer said whoever wins, the outcome will be for Malaysians. Yes. Thank you for watching our podcast.